It's been a minute. What's up? We back.
Going viral. I'm Show.
And I'm Chrome.
Man, COVID-19, right? Everybody is still affected by this COVID virus.
Tired. Still, I ain't imagine it go on this long.
And it's still growing. Matter of fact, the cases are increasing. So let's check the data.
Rapidly. Very
Let's check
rapidly,
the data.
man. What we ranked?
Man, it looks like there are 20,000 positive cases here in Douglas County. In Douglas County, there's 20,000 positive cases. There have been 189,000 people tested, 14,000 recoveries, and unfortunately, there have been 218 deaths in Douglas County as part of this pandemic.
You know, my mind frame 6-7 months ago, I was like, okay, it's crazy, it's wild, it's messed up. I've never seen this before. However, in my head, I was like, okay, by the end of the year, we should be cool. Everything will be back to normal. Here we is. It's going up and away. It's skyrocketing.
Right.
We in the red zone. And so many other states are going through the same thing. And I'm like, whoa, so this is like a repeat. Like we just went back to literally square one.
Yeah, and you know, you kind of almost, you see how this going. It's kind of predictable when you look back on it. Remember how there were so many different misconceptions about the virus when it first came out? First it was you can get it from this or you can't get it from that. And there was just a lot of misinformation.
Right.
But, you know, when you have that happening, you bound to have some issues in how we deal with it.
Straight up. I don't think school gonna be in too much longer, man. At the rate we moving, and look, I got this job, right? I work with a young man. He went to Blackburn. His first day at Blackburn, his teacher tested positive and had to be sent home. All right. So it's like, I was like, his first day? Wow, your teacher sent home. And we're gonna see a lot more of that. I mean, it's sad to say it's gonna happen. And how are we gonna handle it as a state? You know, how are we gonna handle it in Douglas County?
Right. Yeah, it's a dangerous thing, and you know there has been a lot of money thrown at it too. Matter of fact, there's been $1.2 billion through the CARES Act,
right,
that has come to Nebraska for coronavirus relief efforts, and so we looking forward to seeing how that money,
they spend it.
You know, how is it gonna help?
How is it gonna positively support the cause? Because we need some relief.
Right. Definitely. And so one of the things is that we are here at Noah Free Clinic where we've remained open because as we know that, you know, a lot of the preventable diseases, they didn't stop because Corona came on the scene.
Yeah.
They still raging on.
Still clinical need.
There's still clinical need. So
humans being infected with things and going through some things.
Right. And so getting those regular checkups is important. And it's something that, you know, me and Chrome were discussing about, you know, once again, you know, black men have a tendency not to necessarily be as concerned with our health at times, you know. And so we really want to encourage the black men that are in our community and worldwide to pay attention to your health. You know, a lot of times your body is giving you signs before, you know, it actually gets worse. Your body's trying to say, hey.
Let me tell a little short story. So I've been having some things going on. Had some blood in my stool. Had been going on for the past few months. All right. So as a black man, black straight man, you know, with a lot of masculinity, it's tough to come out and say, "Hey, sir, I got blood in my stool. Can you help me?" You know. It's a mental thing, and I think it's a manhood thing when you go through something like that, and I think that's why a lot of men don't go and get colonoscopy, you know, and check on these things. So now I'm preparing myself to do a colonoscopy and trying to figure out why I have blood in my stool. They've done so many other tests, but my point is, I've been running around like, hey, men get tested. Hey, men do this and that. And in my head, I'm like, Chrome, you need to listen to yourself. And it was kind of me talking to myself as I talked to the people. I gave the people the things that I was also saying to myself, and that's as real as it gets.
Not just stopping there, but we be walking around ashy. Look, I'm looking at my hands right now. We be walking around ashy.
Hey,
it's all type of stuff.
You need some lotion. You look like you haven't put no lotion on in a week.
Look, hey,
you all right?
Look, I ain't look, chill out.
Oh, right. You just been washing your hands a lot.
I have been washing
virus.
My hands. I did just wash my hands. Yeah,
so
but see, self-care will be having some cream, some shea butter in your pocket. Something in your car.
Man, so, me personally, it's not about really sticking something up my butt. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? And part of being a man is being able to be mature and handle things like a man. And if that means that you have to go and do this to take care of your health, then you need to be a man about it and take care of your health. So it's not so much that. It's just, I think it's more so about talking about it. And that's a big thing with us men is we find it hard to simply talk about our health issues because, again, you got this masculinity that you have to protect. You have to protect your manhood, and you want to be strong. You want to be big. You want to be bad. You don't want to admit weakness. It's always tough for a man to admit anything weak about themselves because growing up, you're like, hey, get up off the ground. You all right? You scrape your leg. Hey, stop all that crying. You having normal human emotions, but you're taught all your life to be strong, to just shake it. Right. So when you're an adult, you're like, hey, I'm going to be strong and I'm going to shake it. But then you realize when your health is deteriorating that some things you just can't shake.
Right.
You can't shake it. You can't do everything on your own.
So how do you how do you break that cycle, as a man raising a son? How do you break that cycle and still feel like you giving your son that masculine influence?
Well, I have 3 boys.
Okay.
Well, I tell them that it's okay to cry. I tell them it's okay to be human. Yeah, I teach them. I say, hey, suck it up when it's a need to suck it up. But I also tell them, hey, don't worry about what nobody think about you.
So you do feel like it's a need to give some what people call tough love.
It's a balance you gotta have. You gotta give them a balance. Just enough in them to express, to know how to and when to express their emotion, and then just enough in them to be tough and be bold. But you have to be well-rounded. You can't just be tough and bold and then ignore the fact that you're human and you feel these different emotions and you have these different things going on inside of you that your manhood wants to allow you to ignore. You have to have that balance because those things are needed too to be to live life. That's why we got organizations like what we're part of, Black Men Stepping. That's why we got this community organization to encourage black men to step up. What happened to, some men get out the car and a woman just got through putting their groceries in the trunk at the Walmart, all right, and just walk by and walk on in. It's normal. You don't think twice. You don't say, hey, let me put that cart back for you, even though the cart rack is way down there. You don't think twice. You just go on in the store. Well, it didn't used to be like that. You had to have your guard up and say, hey, I'm going to be a man. I'm going to be a gentleman all the time because that's part of being a man. I've struggled with that too, but I think that's a generational thing and a societal thing to where this thing isn't pushed in the media anymore. It's not pushed in TV shows anymore. Everything is frivolous. Everything is twisted.
To me, it's just culture. We need a defined code and culture for our community to actually progress, because we can't base our culture on the norms.
Right.
Basing your culture on the norms, the norm for America is chaos.
Yeah.
and revolution after revolution after revolution is not, there is no balance. So we have to establish a culture, and part of that should be like we said, black men, getting checkups, black women getting checkups, encouraging our youth to go into the health career field, because there is if the professionals don't look like you, there's going to be that natural disconnect.
You touched on something just a little bit ago, and it hit me right there. The world is in chaos. The world is a big riot. The world is crazy, and it's all in shambles. You take a man, all right, and you put him in a jail. All right, you lock him up in a correctional facility, and it's crazy. He's seeing people getting stabbed, and he's seeing people getting raped, and he's seeing brutality, and he's around all these negative energies. Then if you're not strong enough mentally, or if you don't make yourself strong enough mentally by reading books and educating yourself, then you gonna come out in a worse condition than you came in. Now, imagine us being in America right now. These young men are running around this city, this world of corrupt. The city is in shambles. The world is in shambles. All right? So we're producing products of their environment. Just like that inmate became a product of his environment out here in the world, our environment is crazy right now. With racism and violence and police brutality and all this stuff going on out here.
We got to be proactive. That's really what it comes down to. So one thing I do want to let the community know, we got a newsletter that's going to be out circulating in the community. It's got good information. It's got the data about COVID-19, and it's broken down into a way where our community, will enjoy reading it. It's a couple events coming up, so we want to let you know that there's a Black Men Stepping event coming up, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, doggy.
Ooh, yeah. So, what's going on is on Halloween Day, all right, the CDC, what is that? That's what the CDC.
You know about
all right,
the CDC?
You're going to have to cut that. The CDC is saying that it's unhealthy to be trick-or-treating, passing out candy and all that stuff because of the virus. Of course, understandable. So we assembled our crew to, prepare bags of candy, prepare walking tacos. We're having a walking taco and candy giveaway, harvesting hope to the community. The flyer is circulating via social media, Facebook, and everywhere else. And we'll, on Halloween Day at 2 o'clock, we'll be at 48th Street side of Fontenelle Park at the Pavilion. We're pulling up. We're setting up the table. You must have a mask on. Come and get your candy bag, some walking tacos, and some information. Same thing at 4 o'clock p.m. Miller Park on the 30th Street side, Pavilion. We will be posted up down there at 4 o'clock the same day. That's on Halloween. Remember, you must have a mask, and it's one bag per kid. We'll be handing out this. It's our information on how to get in contact with us. We are an intervention and outreach group. We deal with the violence in the community. We intervene where we can on all levels of the community in regards to outreach and all that stuff going on. We're just some black men, and there's some women, and we are trying to do the positive thing in the community. We have a men's group that's held Friday here at Noah Clinic, 5620 Ames Ave. Come get it off your chest. So we're going to cut this a little short because we've been running kind of long on this podcast.
I do want you to talk about something real quick. Something you've been working on. Something you've been working on.
What I work on?
You know what you've been working on.
My health?
Yeah. So.
Well, let me tell you. I got my spring water. Man, I was just drinking some tea. What I did was, considering my health issues I talked about earlier in the podcast, I said I got to start eating more healthier. I have to get myself together because you don't realize how much stuff that you eat, how much junk you eat until you put in a position to not eat that junk. And I'm so tempted by every little thing, and I see things that I would have bought, would have ate, would have tried out, and I'm like, wow. I put it together like you would have ate that. You would have been eating that right now. And I think about all the junk that I've been eating, and I haven't been eating healthy. And it's important. I feel better. Been eating salads, salmon, all the good stuff, and keeping my nutrition together, taking vitamins. And I'll start my workouts next week. And I'm just trying to be healthy. And I encourage everybody to take some time to take care of your body, take care of yourself, because it's a fact that you are what you eat. Whoa, hold up, man. You do this every time. Fellas, hey, get up here to this clinic. Make your appointment. 5620 Ames Ave. We still have to worry about them other viruses going around. I know you're out here, you're doing your thing. We give out condoms here if you need condoms, and you come and get a checkup. There's nothing wrong with getting a checkup, and you can't have too many checkups. 5620 Ames Ave. Handle your business, be responsible, man, and take care of yourselves. We signing out?
All right.
We signing
out. Peace.
All right.